Hello, my beautiful friends. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are live for the weekly Giving a Voice to the Power Within show, where I and Aleckson come live to you and we have a conversation about all sorts of things with our main focus on how to remember who you really are, how to activate those parts of you that are currently inactive, how to create your reality the way that you want it to be, and the truth around the law of attraction, which is far more than what we've been led to believe, how to master your inner energy, and last but hardly least, how to be the change that you want to see in the world so that you can lead the change that you want to see in the world. So just saying hello to Gay, who's watching. Hi, Gay. Lovely to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. And for Crystal as well. Hello, Crystal. Thank you so much for joining me. We're going to have a question of the day today. So ladies, get ready to answer the question for me. So today's question is this. It's really easy. Although, Gay, I know you're heading into the nighttime over in the States where you are, and we're just in the morning here. So this is kind of a morning question. Cast your mind back to this morning. Coffee or tea? Do you prefer one over the other for the morning? Do you only have one? Do you sometimes swap them up? Let me know. Are you a tea lover or a coffee addict? I'd love to know in the comments. That's our question of the day, and I'd love everyone to answer it for me. So, yes, say hello when you do join. Let us know the answer to that question. And Liesel's just joined us and said hello. Hi, Liesel. Lovely to have you with us. We're just asking the question of the day today, which is tea or coffee? What's your What's your preference, I should say? Tea or coffee? Are you a tea, coffee, or a tea drinker or a coffee addict? And let me know. Well, let me answer that question first. I love the idea of tea, and I used to love it, a really milky cup of tea, but then I stopped drinking milk because I realized that it was not good for me and my body was not enjoying it. So I had to give up the tea, the milky tea, and I just don't like black tea. So now what I drink is coffee with a splash of cream. Cream doesn't give me the problems that pure milk does. So I am definitely a coffee girl. Coffee or water, that's my drinks of choice. I don't really drink much else these days. Great, 2 coffees so far, 3 coffees, including me, so that's great. So again, just let me know that you're here. Say hello in the comments so that I can say hello to you back. Answer the question whether you're a coffee or a tea drinker, and prepare to have a conversation. And gays are never coffee. I was for a little while too, and I regret getting back onto it. I do need to get back off it again. Fantastic. Thanks so much for letting me know. So today we're going to talk about the one thing that everybody is teaching about how to manifest, that in actual fact is the same thing that is keeping you stuck in struggle and lack and unable to manifest what you want. So that's the subject of today's Giving a Voice to the Power Within weekly show, and I will tell you all about that in just a moment. Just let me know, coffee or tea, say hello, let me know that you're here, give me some hearts and some love. If you are watching on the replay, thank you so much for joining me. And since time doesn't exist, you're watching exactly at the right time, and I'm speaking to you directly at the right time. If you are watching on the replay, please ask any questions that you have and respond to everything that I'm asking as though you are live, because you really are. And I will, of course, answer any questions that you have on that comment. So make sure that you're commenting. If you hear something that really rings a bell for you, make sure that you make a note of it, preferably in the comments, because everybody puts their focus on different things, and it might give someone else a moment of aha, or a moment of, oh, I didn't hear that. What was that about? So you're actually serving everyone else as well. And since we're all here in service to each other, because we are one and our job is to serve our needs, then you'll be helping everybody else as well. Crystal, start with a cup of warm water and later a coffee. Great, fantastic. So if you are with me live and you know that someone is also wanting to watch this, make sure that you tag them in the comments so that they know that we're live. Or you can, from wherever you're watching it, you can click the share button. Kim's obviously a strong coffee lover. It's all in capitals with 2 exclamation points. Love it, Kim. Thanks so much for sharing. Good morning and good to see you. Thanks for joining me. So answer those questions, share if you need to, tag anyone that you think might enjoy the conversation, and we are going to get started right now. Don't be afraid to ask any clarifying questions in the comments, because I can see them as they come up. I can show everyone what you're saying, so I don't necessarily need to read it like I used to on Facebook Live, and I can answer it for you as part of the conversation. And then once we're finished, time permitting, of course, we will also go into answering any questions that you have about your own manifesting experiences, any insight that you need in order to step more fully into what we're going to share with you today. So that's really the intro part of this show, giving a voice to the power within. Good morning, Barbara. Lovely to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. Just let us know. Today's question is, are you a tea girl or a coffee lover? Just let me know in the comments. And don't forget to share if there's someone that you know wants to experience what we offer here. So today, we are going to talk to you about, in fact, it's right underneath here. There is one thing that you have learned, and you might even be teaching, because I certainly had been teaching it until I knew better, about manifesting. That is also the one thing that is actually keeping you from manifesting what you are wanting to manifest, and it's keeping you stuck, and it is keeping you from being able to manifest and staying in lack and drama, stress, and unable to actually manifest as quickly and as easily as it should be for you because of the truth that I'm about to tell you. Jen McDonald's is a coffee as well. Fantastic. And Deborah, I work night duty, so it's coffee by the I love that, Deborah. I work night duty, so it's coffee by the dessert spoon. Oh, my Lord. You know, it's funny, and it hadn't even occurred to me, but my 16-year-old son has come across this canned iced coffee that comes from Japan, and he's become a little too attached to it. And I've been trying to convince him to stop using it, but apparently it's really nice, and it's black coffee. So the other one has added sweeteners and things, and is the chemical components in the one with the milk in it is the milk and sugar in it is just off the charts. So I've at least convinced him to drink the black one, to put some milk from home into the black one as he leaves in the morning. And I do hope to have him recognize that it really is not a good thing to be doing. At his age particularly, he's only 16. And Barbara, both. I can't function until after a cup of tea in the morning. I do often then enjoy a coffee mid-morning. Interesting. Christina also is a coffee girl. So that's fabulous. Thanks so much for sharing that with me and playing that little game with me, guys. I really do appreciate it. Now, let's talk about manifesting, and let's unveil this thing that is being taught to you, and you are knowing it as a truth, and you are perhaps, like I was, sharing it as a truth as well. That is also indeed, in fact, the thing that's keeping you stuck right where you are, in your struggle, in your lack, and unable to manifest what it is that you want to experience and create in your life. So for those of you who don't yet know me, my name is Aleckson, and I am a transformational speaker. I am a fully embodied direct voice channel. Now, what the hell does that mean? That's a whole other conversation. Essentially, what I'm saying to you is that I have the ability to move out of my egoic consciousness and allow whatever needs to come through me for you to come through, whether it's through words or through the healing work that I do. And my website, in case anybody wants to know, is aleckson.com. And on that website, right at the top, and also halfway through the first page, you will find a button. And I want you to press that button, and I want you to download and use the Super Self activation that is available to you there. It's a free thing. It's just simply a gift that I give to people to help them to start to step more fully into the truth of what I'm about to tell you about who you are and about how easy it should be for all of us to manifest what we desire when we know this truth. So make sure that you visit my website at some point and grab yourself a copy of that. Also, I've got a link underneath here for the Be the Change to See the Change group. Once you have activated your super self, you can jump into that group and you will find in there somewhere, if you can't see it, just tag me in a post and I'll share it with you, some more free activations, one for your pineal gland and your third eye. And this will allow you to start to tap into your innate abilities, which we've already activated in the Super Self activation. So just some free things for you, because I love to share, because it's my joy to see people step into who they really are. And so that is me. Now, let's talk about you. Let's talk about you. So again, what we're talking about here is the one thing that everyone is learning and many people are teaching, that about manifesting, that is actually the one thing that is stopping you from manifesting, that is keeping you stuck in lack, stress, struggle, and unable to manifest your desires. So let's talk about that. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Tell me who has heard that, or who believes, or who is asking the universe for the things that you desire. Who has watched The Secret and seen that the universe is represented by a genie and has started speaking to the universe to get what they want. Dear universe, please provide me with this. I mean, we see, in fact, a beautiful friend of mine Sarah Prout, has a series of, I think she has a book called Dear Universe, basically little mantras and affirmations asking the universe for what you desire, what you want to manifest. So I'd just like some confirmation from you guys. Who asks the universe for what they want? Who asks their guides for what they want? Who asks God for what they want? Gee, that word asks is not easy to say over and over again. Do you ask the universe? Well, why don't you just give me a yes or a no? Do you ask the universe to provide you with what you're seeking? And when I say do you ask the universe, I'm saying do you ask God? Do you ask your guides? Do you ask your higher self? Do you ask any of those wonderful, energetic, non-physical beings? Deborah, absolutely, of course you have. We manifest all the time. Every single one of us manifests all the time. And so I just want to be clear that I'm not saying that nobody is manifesting what they desire. We do. We manifest what we desire all the time. Sometimes we manifest what we desire from a place of not being aware of what we're asking for, and other times we manifest, and because we're not attached to it, it comes to us. There's all sorts of things about this, but what I want to talk about today is who you are asking to manifest it for you. So yeah, I've got lots and lots of yeses on the asking the universe, asking your guides, asking your higher self. And really, this is the subject of today's conversation, because the truth of it is this. When you are asking the universe, when you come from the knowing that there is indeed only one, and we are actually asking the field of oneness, the field of infinite possibilities, we are all that is. We are one. There is no separation. So when we ask the universe for what we desire, we're actually asking ourselves. Now that takes me to the next thing. The reason that you are not manifesting what you want to manifest, or you're still stuck in struggle and not being able to manifest, it's because you have separated yourself from the universe. And the actual truth is that you are the universe manifested. You are a physical manifestation of the universe. You are one with the universe. Therefore, there is no separation. And often, particularly as we go longer and longer in our journey of manifesting or trying to manifest and not getting what we want, we start to separate even more and more and more and more from what we call the universe, or what we call our guides, or what we call God. And so the truth that I'm talking about here, the thing that I'm talking about that everybody is teaching, is that ask the universe for what you want and the universe will deliver it to you. And separating yourself from the universe at this point in time, in this year of 2020, in the evolution that we've been through, and we continue to go through, don't get me wrong, it's been going on for a very long time and it will continue going on for a very long time. But what I know about now is that it is time for each and every one of us to truly recognize who we really are, to really, truly recognize who we are, that we're not separate from the universe, that we are not separate from this thing that when we ask it, it will deliver to us. It is indeed simply what you might call another aspect of self, or it is even more so, it is yourself. You are, every time you ask, you are asking yourself to give yourself something. And then what usually happens is that yourself, your human self, goes into all of this stuff about whether you're worthy enough, whether you know it or not. So this is usually unconscious. Goes into all this stuff about whether you're worthy enough, whether you deserve it, whether you should have it, whether you shouldn't have it, whether it costs too much, and all of those sorts of things. So you're asking yourself for the thing that you want. The answer is always yes, as we know. So you're saying yes to yourself, yes, you can have that thing. And then your human self separates itself from who you really are, and you start to doubt that you have the ability to have that thing. And the reason that you do that is because you are separating yourself from who you really are. It's not the universe that you're asking to gift you these things. It's not the guides, it's not God that you're asking to gift you these things. You are actually asking that of your own self. And you won't receive it if you allow yourself to step back into your human self and separate yourself once again. So the conversation that we are indeed having here is that you are the universe made manifest, which means you are not separate from the universe. You are indeed a physical manifestation of the infinite field of possibilities. And when you know that, everything that you desire is yours. Until you separate yourself again by believing that you are a small human being who is not capable of providing what you have asked for. And so you separate, you put it on the universe again, or on God, or whoever, when in actual fact it is simply your own self. So the thing to do is to go in to clean up whatever it is that is that human part of you believes makes you less than. I'm just going to say that again. Clean up that human part of you that believes that you are less than, and then allow yourself to receive what it is that you're asking for. You would not be asking for it if it wasn't available to you. And so the work to do is to simply clean up your separation from who you really are. So you're not a human and a manifestation of, sorry, you're not a human. There's no human being and non-physical. There's no physical being and non-physical being. It is simply one. And this is the evolution that we're going through as science and spirituality close the gap between them, and they are. Humanity and universal self is closing the gap as well. So we're becoming one with who we really are, which is one with who we really are, which is the universe. I am the universe made manifest. Therefore, just as I put it on the universe, that the universe helps me to create my reality, well, indeed, that's actually me, because I am that universe that I'm asking for what I want from. So that's what I wanted to share with you today on the Giving a Voice to the Power Within show. Thank you so much for joining me. If you, I see we have some questions, so I'll quickly run through them and answer those questions for you. And please, if you have questions, let me know. Questions about anything that I've said or clarity on anything that I've said. But also, if you want to, we've still got 7 minutes left. So if you want to ask me any questions that will help you to step into what we've just talked about, if you believe us, of course. I'm not suggesting that you have to believe me, because that is entirely your choice. But what I do know is this. If you are here with me, it's because we are one, and you are wanting to hear this from yourself. We're not separate. We are one. And I'd really love to see us to start stepping more fully into the knowledge of that. That really will change the world. When each and every one of us knows ourselves as the universe and knows that we are all one and there is no separation, we will stop the damage that we're doing to each other. So that's my purpose in life is world peace through inner peace, one person at a time, and it starts with me. And if I'm the universe and I become peaceful, and then the next person who is also the universe becomes peaceful, then we stop the need to be angry at each other, to do all sorts of things. But stop separating yourself from the universe. You are the universe made manifest, and you have the ability to create your reality. So Edda is just saying, I do ask or talk to whoever, including my mum or friends upstairs. I love it, Edda. And I want to just take the conversation a wee little bit further, because when your mum and your friends who have left their physical form, they go back to the universal self. And since you are one with the universal self, you are not separate from them as well. I'll leave that one with you. Of course, it's not wrong to think of it as being separate, because that's how we deal with the fact that we've lost a loved one and we miss them. So that's a beautiful thing. Thanks, Edda. And Crystal's just saying yes, which is great. I kind of get, so Jen, hi Jen, lovely to see you. Thanks for sharing this. I kind of get caught with needs compared to desires / greed, i.e. money, like wishing a lotto win. I'm okay with my needs are provided for. Well, here's the thing, Jen, okay? So your needs are like the basic level of stuff, like you need a roof over your head and you need money to buy food, or you need to have food provided to you, not necessarily needing money to pay for food, but you need to have food in your belly, you need to have a roof over your head, you need to feel safe, right? So they're needs, and anything above that is a desire. But here's the thing. I don't want you to separate them. The only reason that you would want to separate them is because you don't believe that you can have more than that you need. So there's a belief in you, you know, and it's been passed down through generations, I feel, that that believes that, you know, as long as you've got what you need, you should be happy. That's exactly what it is. As long as you've got what you need, you should be happy. Perhaps you heard that as you were growing up, or perhaps you've convinced yourself of that because of life circumstances. So I just want to point that one out to you and invite you to allow it to drop. Allow yourself to let go of that belief. It is absolutely not true. All right. So thanks, Jen. And there's nothing wrong with wishing for a lotto win, but I want to take you a little bit further with it. Wish for it and then make the decisions about what you would spend it on, and then decide, and how would that make me feel? And then get into that feeling. Bring that feeling into your body. So it's not about the win. It's not about the money. It's not about how much it is. It's not even about what you would buy from it. But when you know all of those things and then decide, well, how will that make me feel? That's where the difference comes in. And you have to turn yourself into that feeling. So you have to be living that feeling every single day and every moment, no matter what's going on around you, feeling what it would feel like to have won the lotto, to have bought the things that you would spend it on, and then how would that feel? So that's what you want to get into to help you with your manifesting. Beautiful. Deborah, absolutely, you are worthy. We are all worthy. How could we not be? We are all the universe, and the universe is overflowing with worthiness. Beautiful. Thanks for saying that. And Edda, if we are all part of one, including those who aren't on the physical plane but are really an extension of another part of us, is that how to look at this? Yes, I guess you could say that, right? So as we let go of our physical selves, we become one with the universe once again. In other words, we lose our sense of separation from who we really are. We become the universe again. We recognize that, yes, we had a physical body for a while, and, we kind of chose to separate ourselves from our truth and the fact that we are the universe. And then when we come back to it, we go, oh, that's right, I am the universe. And we simply become one with it again. And therefore, we have the ability to close the gap between us, close the gap between my non-physical self, universal self, and my human self, and bring the two together. Okay, not sure that I explained that the perfect way, but I know that you know what I'm talking about. So thank you so much for that. Now, does anybody else have any questions about anything? We have 1 minute to go. What we might do is wrap this thing up. So I want to wrap it up by inviting you to start thinking about what I've told you today, to start thinking about whether you believe, or whether you know, or whether there's things that are stopping you from believing that you are indeed the universe made manifest. Therefore, as the universe, everything is available to you. And it's only your separation by thinking that you are a smaller being or a lesser being that stops you from receiving what you are asking for and what you are giving to yourself as the universe. And just allow yourself to explore that. And if you have questions that come up as you're exploring it, jump back on here, pop your question in the comments. I will respond to it at any time. And I also want to just again remind you that on my website, Aleckson.com, you will find a button right at the top of the page where you can download for free the Super Self Activation. And this will help you to start really moving into that place where you know yourself as the universe, or at least you start closing the gap between your human self and your universal self, because it is one. And we are all one. And I'm speaking to you from you, because that's what I'm here to do. Thank you so, so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. And I appreciate any shares or any tagging anyone that you want to join this show with. And I look forward to seeing you next week, 9 a.m. on Tuesdays, Australian Eastern Standard Time. That's when I'm here for the show, giving a voice to the power within. And thank you so, so much for joining me today. Thank you. I love you.